primarily United States citizens, and we're going to prosecute those cases. In the other cases, the other thousands that are out there that think they're going to get away, we're going to administratively arrest them and place them in deportation proceedings. However, my strategy for doing that is we're going to deport them within 10 days of us apprehending them because we get on the hold for so long. So we're going to rush them through our system and rush them right back out. And we have a plane dedicated to us down in Miami. We're doing that. It's an awesome operation. So we had Operation Not So Fast. Operation Not So Fast was the prosecution part, and Operation Reciprocity was the administrative arrest part. So it was two parts. We did administrative arrest, we did criminal arrest. We did both. Again, enforcing the laws of the United States, ensuring the security of our nation. Put us on the map too. People said, you want to know about fraud? People say, oh, I know that guy, Timothy Shepard. Call him.
And just to add to that, when you graduate and go out, a lot of people are going to tell you it's okay, and that's when what he's saying is so important. They say, I did it 50 years before. I didn't get caught. What happened? So.
Okay. All right. Not all marriages are made in heaven. In fact, some are illegal. My job, my team's job, is to pursue those cases that are illegal and prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. And to ensure that we prosecute these cases, somebody got to go to jail. So it's not just the foreign national that goes to jail. The United citizen who participates in this crime against the United States, they go to jail as well. Somebody's going to jail. It's a federal crime. It's going to have great consequences because somebody's going to jail. And if we can link that to a bigger commercial enterprise, a criminal enterprise where they make millions of dollars of it, maybe buy their homes, their cars, money in the bank, I take it all. Okay. It's not a victimless crime. It's not a victimless crime because people of the United States suffer. Socially and economically. They suffer from it. So it's not a victimless crime. And it is a grave threat to our national security and our public safety. Otherwise, people would do what you guys did. You came here illegally. You did it the right way. They should too. There have been many studies and many committees, all these other sessions and committees that have talked about 9/11, and they link marriage fraud directly to 9/11, and also terrorist ties and ties to Al-Qaeda. And when they talk about Khalid Sheikh Mohammed being the architect of 9/11 and some of the information that we got from him, he was one of the things that we found out during the study was that most of the terrorists are operating in the United States or have operated in the United States always came here using legal documents or doing things legally or illegal. We call it extra-legal. So when we talk about extra-legal, it looks legally on paper, but they have the intent behind it. It's illegal. The United States Department of Homeland Security we launched a nationwide initiative this year to educate the public of the dangers of marriage fraud and the consequences of it. We got posters. Some of you guys, have you seen these posters before? Have you guys seen them? I see them in some of the train stations, I see them in some of the bus stations, and I see them on bulletin boards. They're up there. So if you look, you're going to see them. So the key here is we launched a national initiative to educate people in the United States, in the public, in the community, that marriage fraud is a crime, and we're going to pursue it. If you go down this aisle illegally, then you're definitely going to go down that aisle. That's how nobody wants to be a part of it. Again, the United States has a culture of laws, and my job is to enforce those laws, and it's my counterparts as well. We investigate these crimes, and we're launching this initiative to make people aware that they should engage in this type of illegal activity, and it is being investigated, and we're taking affirmative action to investigate and prosecute for the system of law. might say, because I heard other people say that too. Because we've heard it, I've heard people say, when I've been doing my investigation and doing my interviews, they would say that I was told by this person that nothing was gonna happen to me. It was no big deal. All I had to do was take this $1,200 that you gave me, show up for the interview, say a few things, and then I'm on my way. And then you're gonna give me $3,000 later. But it's not that simple. Because you get away with it today, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Here, the goal of the foreign national is to commit fraud, to become a lawful permanent resident, and ultimately a United States citizen. We found that a lot of studies and a lot of investigation, a lot of terrorist activity, some of those people have actually engaged in marriage fraud, got their green card initially, and ultimately became a United States citizen. Because with the American passport, you can travel freely, nobody checks you. You can ship stuff back and forth in and out of the United States. You can ship it from country to country, and nobody checks for the most part. That's starting to change now. United States national, they marry the United States citizen. They get their green card initially. They have a 2-year conditional period. Then they divorce. Usually there's no restrictions there. However, we can get you the second interview. That's our second bite of the apple. Then citizenship, that's the third bite of the apple. Sometimes after citizenship, guess what? Somebody bring it to my attention that you apply for a family member, so I go back and I start the investigation, and I talk to the spouse who's over here, so she didn't get all her money, or he didn't get all his money. Guess what? They're gonna spill the beans. They're gonna tell you. Because somebody got to go to jail. Okay, and also marriage fraud is one of the shortest pathways to U.S. citizenship, because you're married to a United States citizen, you have a green card for 3 years to get your citizenship. You're eligible for it. And also obtaining the status. Anybody here never heard of the green card? Everybody want one, don't they? Foreign nationals, that is. They want a green card. Don't you want a green card? Yeah. You want a green card in the back? No, we all want a green card. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want a green card? Yeah, you do. Okay. With Operation Not So Fast, what we did is we made the agreement, we convinced the United States Attorney to take these cases. And what was really unique about Operation Not So Fast was it was huge. It was the largest marriage fraud investigation and prosecution in the United States. And one day we took down, no, it's not true. One day we took down 80 people. The next day we took down 40 people for a total of 120 people in 2 days. Arrest. It was huge. We had to get people from everywhere to assist with that. And we prosecuted and convicted all 120 people. We seized cars, we seized their house, we seized bank accounts, we seized it all. We took it all. People went to jail. And the United States Attorney, again, came back and said the same thing I told him. Marriage fraud is a direct nexus to our national security. He came back and said the same thing in a public statement. During the Operation Not So Fast, people, when we found out, during the investigation and during the interviews and the plea agreements, all the other stuff that went along with that, again, people went to jail. We found out people got paid anywhere from $500, $10,000, and a couple of cases where people got paid $15,000 to engage in the fraud. If somebody did that, wouldn't you just raise your hair and say, okay, then this must be wrong. They paid that kind of money. But that's going prices for again, with Operation Not So Fast, these are the agencies that were involved in the takedown operation. So you can see, it took a lot of resources, it took a lot of coordination, but we had the support of the United States Attorney's Office, and we made it happen. And this is what we call the operations briefing. This is actually the operations briefing. The one because they were in different locations. So again, we were outside people's businesses. We went to some people's houses and picked them up. Wherever we can find them, we found them. This is one of the cases, just to show you an example of how we put cases together and what happens. This is a case that I actually did at the time. This was my case. And again, all of them got indicted, prosecuted, and they all went to jail. And Ms. Coleman, who was the one who started all this stuff and got her friends involved, I took her house, I took her car, and I took her bank account. And she went to jail for a little over a year and a half. And the foreign nationals went to jail for about 8 months, 9 months, and then they went straight to deportation. So you can see the kind of money that they're changing hands. It's not, it's worth going to jail for. And these are the criminal indictments to show that we do prosecute these cases. We do present these to the United States Attorney's Office. They go to grand jury. We get our true bill, get the warrant of arrest. And some cases we take to court and we try them. I'm taking an Operation Body Double. Operation Body Double is another marriage fraud criminal investigation that dealt with Nigerians. It only dealt with Nigerians. It was focused on the Nigerians, and out of 46 cases that were indicted, I lost 2. I lost 2 because they were mistrial, and the U.S. Attorney said, we're not going to worry about those. We're going to be happy with what we got. That's it, no big deal. But there are plea agreements, and all those things are done during these prosecution cases. And the criminal charges that we charge with the, under Title 8 governs immigration law. And that's specific to marriage fraud. Some of those, we use that section of law, but also, for the most part, we use the criminal titles of the United States. We go with the conspiracy to defraud the United States, false statements and false documents, and also the visa fraud. We charge with that because you need a visa to get the green card. Okay. So, a word to the wise. Don't engage in marriage fraud, follow all laws, enjoy yourself here, have a great time, and live. Do the right thing. Questions?